You popping up on me, huh?
Yeah, I gotta come check on you. I didn't know you was doing the show though.
Yeah. Matter of fact, John guess James just walked in. We're gonna get this nigga. Come on, James, come and do a couple segments with me, man.
Oh shit.
Right quick. Yeah, come sit down with us.
I ain't come to talk to nobody. What's going on? What's good with you, John?
How you doing, man?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Looking healthy. Got your jewels on. What's good?
Cool.
That's John on the phone?
Yeah, that's John. That's John.
What's happening with you, John?
That's his brother, our photographer, or our video guy.
Okay.
And yeah, man, I'm serious, y'all. I know y'all think Reggie and John are actors and shit like this, but I'm telling y'all, this is truly him just popping up on him.
Well, I'm glad I did pop up. Y'all doing the show too? Yeah. I come to address what I called you for.
I know.
That roll call and some other shit, but you know, I'm gonna sit here and listen to what y'all talking about. What's going on?
Okay, well, right now we just was talking about Tory Lane and Megan Stallion situation, and Suge recently did an interview in a magazine where he was just pretty much saying that he has a bullet lodged in the back of his head, and so he understands how it is to
enlarged in the back of his head,
or they're still in there that the doctors refused to take out.
I hear that.
Yeah, because it would have made him go paralyzed if they would have messed up during the procedure. He told me that. He said even the prison, he said the prison actually was trying to kill him. Is this an interview or something out there where he alleged that they were trying to kill him because they were trying to remove the bullet from his head?
They can't do that unless he signed a consent
and he said he wouldn't, but that's what his thing was.
They can't do that.
They trying to kill me.
Yeah, they can't do that.
And so, like I said, he reiterated that just recently in an interview on Vi, and as John was pointing out to me, I was pointing out to John that I have heard it before, but he's talking that big. But I'm up here taking a victory dance because I told y'all, and people laughed at me, and John ain't even questioned me, and said, man, what good can Suge do for Tory Lane? Y'all see? Well, I give Harry credit for getting the attorney, David Kenner, but there's something going on bigger than what we know.
I try not to deal with that part of the politics, but I remember that incident, and Suge has always been mobile. He's been mobile.
He got up that night. Well, you always said the club, right?
If it was in his head, he'd have did some hospital time. He'd had to stay in the hospital because it would have been a situation way severe than what.
Well, what James was saying, I can't contest to as well. He did get discharged about 4 o'clock or 3 a.m. that morning of whenever it happened, which the shooting happened about what, 10 or 11?
Yeah.
The night before, p.m. And I walked in only having sex in there.
He all right.
But anyway, yeah, I better get off that subject because that's that person is my dear friend.
Right.
And so, yeah. But hey, James.
What's going on, man? I wanted to, man.
All right.
Your roll call. You and John roll call. Y'all had me heated. And the reason why I called you, I had to call you. I'm like, and I read the comments.
Which roll call? The recent one? Because we did too.
No, the one the recent one.
I know what you're talking about. I'm fucking with you.
The recent one. And you know, I read some of the comments, and I replied to some of the comments.
I saw that. I wasn't for sure if that was you because you know I got that idiot that like making positive people or people like us, not saying we celebrities or anything like that.
Take the name and then just start making...
to use our picture and everything.
Oh, yeah, I get a lot of that.
Yeah.
But, you know, your roll call was accurate, but certain individuals didn't play the part in the hood as you portrayed them in the roll call. And the first thing, shooting 3 people. I said, this Reggie ain't said no shit like that. But I don't know what people told you. I don't know what people told you.
You sitting right here saying it never happened?
Listen, I've always tried to keep it 100
Yeah.
and be honest with my get down and everything else. I'm not gonna say it didn't happen.
Okay, that's
I'm
all
not
I
gonna,
ask you.
You know,
Nigga, I done heard about you,
I did a lot of
even in
shit.
the motorcycle game, putting motorcycle members who are tough dudes, generally, for 70% of the time, putting him on a pool table and putting dudes there, even when you got away from the game bang stuff.
Well,
I mean, that probably was still in you, but
I never the way I got down was totally different.
I tell y'all, niggas get on this YouTube and be starting always putting a halo over their head.
And we don't want to give motherfuckers.
But go ahead and say what you're gonna say.
And all of that other shit. And I just want to clear up certain things that you said. Man, I'm so glad I popped up on this motherfucker because I came over here to talk shit to you.
I know.
I know you should have told me you was gonna I would have got dragged.
Yeah.
But in our hood, and the way our hood was, we was always, and whenever we went to jail, it wasn't straight mile power rule. When I went to prison, I was straight Ludus Park power rule.
Or East Side.
MOB, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Ludus Park before I put the mob.
Okay.
I was Ludus. It was Ludus Park power rule. Every motherfucker in there that was a blood knew, nigga, this Ludus.
Okay.
But Bob James was MOB.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of us, and I never held a title, or none of us ever had a title.
I agree, as a leader. Yeah.
Of being a leader. We didn't have a leader. It was just certain individuals in our hood that did more. Some did the most. Me, myself, I wasn't no alcoholic, like you say James drinking, yada, yada. James did. James got fucked up every day. But my drinking was to cover up certain shit, to not think about certain shit.
Okay.
And it worked for me because it made me feel like, fuck it. Now, when I got drunk, certain individuals I didn't like, it was an any, many, money, mo type of thing.
All right, fuck all that. Who you had a problem with that I said something good about or bad?
I don't like Lip Dog. Full of shit.
Okay.
No, don't give him that much credit.
All right.
You know, having the Waltz and the CJs and the Gangsta Nates and all of them, give them. I give all of them credit where credit is due. Don't, man, them niggas.
Okay, I'll let you do a roll call after we address because my credibility, I try to keep it 100 with these dudes because I get enough people attacking me. And I can't have James attacking me.
If everybody know, me and Reggie gonna talk shit. I'm gonna talk shit to Reggie. Reggie called me and talk shit. If I said something, like you called me and I wouldn't have been from the mob. I wouldn't have whooped whoop whoop. My opinion, you would have been.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
So, I mean, that's just what it is.
But my question is, so what you gotta say about AKA Lip Dog Reverend Carl? What did I say that was wrong with that? I mean, the only thing I pretty much said was that he went, I didn't really know him. He went through the YA system, the state system, and the Fed system.
No, you made it sound like he was this rider type of, he with the business type of cat, like he was, man, I respect everybody that was in the hood. I respect those that respected the hood, that did shit for the hood. I've never did anything with that brother. I never really, once upon a time, I can't even say once upon a time, he was tolerable. And most cats were lucky because they didn't get that bust a week. They didn't run into his own bust a week.
Yeah.
So that's all I got to say about him. Trevon, Trevon was my little homeboy. His first time in the motherfucking county jail is with his homeboy Mob James. You know what I'm saying? And his first fight in the county jail in the module. I'm right there. So all of these dudes be faking the funk and acting like they was this and that. Come on, man.
But you said he had a fight.
He was pushed to.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's okay.
We let's talk when you do a roll call in the hood, you gotta talk about George Markham, Bruiser, CJ, Gangsta Nate, Juju, Shady Grady, all of those cats, all of what I call the big homies.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? All of those guys that represented and hopped out the cars at a car wash fighting a bunch of Crips. You know what I'm saying? All of those guys that stood there no matter what and didn't run.
I get you there.
Okay.
I was just trying to show homage to the guys that the people know from the Live and Die LA situation. But I respect totally what you're saying about, nigga, there's other dudes from the neighborhood where you allegedly grew up and talking about me,
It
not
wasn't
you.
no allegedly.
Yeah.
I did grow up.
I
there.
didn't say you. I said me. I'm pointing at me. Saying where I
Okay.
did that have better names, that are better respect in the neighborhood that I should be speaking on versus guys that just were death row pyros.
Right.
Or Bloods or whatever.
You know, when y'all talk, when people talk about the hood, they talk about bullies. I wasn't a bully. I was just one of those out of 10, out of just say 200 men, 200 niggas gangbanging. I was one of the 10 that did more than, you know, the other cats.
Okay.
You know, we had homies that claim and represent the hood that wasn't nothing but, you know, sell dope. Yeah. We had homies in the hood that didn't.
Could you explain that to them?
What?
Because I catch a lot of flack on YouTube where I'll say somebody's a gang banger and then I'll call them a hustler or a guy that lived or grew up or dealt with a gang, but it wasn't actually gang members, but they were hustlers. They made money.
Like earlier, you have guys in the hood like myself who was a gang banger, believed in what he was doing. I wore my colors proudly to let everybody know where I was from. You didn't have to ask me if I was a Blood or Crip. You knew it. Yeah. I was, you know, I had the Paru on my hat, Paru, Blood, CK on the back of my coat. We had guys in the hood that was like that. You know what I'm saying? And then we have guys that's in the hood that only sell dope. But they're guilty by association because they live there.
Correct, okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then we had homies just on all different levels. But you had that 10, that 20 that was just straight with it, representing the hood. And I was one of those guys that believed in everything I did, like most. So that's one of the reasons why we never had a leader. We never, and I hate when people say I was one of the leaders of the hood. I was never a leader from the hood.
I won't address you that way.
I appreciate it. I wasn't a bully. I think I just took advantage of those that tried to take advantage of the hood at that time. And it was something that I believed in. Gangbanging.
So James, while you're here, if you don't mind, you know, touching on the segment that previously aired, there's always been rumors that you didn't like Tupac or you didn't have, you know, a lot of favoritism towards Tupac because you know, people say it's because you weren't mentioned in the To Live and Die in LA song. Can you speak to that a little bit and kind of clear up any misconceptions that there may be about that?
Yeah, but number one, Tupac didn't hang in the hood. Tupac hung with Buntry, Neckbone, and all of them at death row. Tupac wasn't on the block with the homies. Me and Tupac didn't hang out, kick it, and I've always said that. We didn't fuck around like that. But when Trevon them started to say he from the hood, how the fuck can you niggas put him on the hood? So he was never from the hood. He was with the homies that hung at death row. That was with Suge. And I never had a problem with Tupac, but just don't claim the hood. You can't just walk in here and say, I'm from the mob. You getting tattoos, putting the mob on your body. And it wasn't him, it was the homies that I addressed that to. It was the homies that I said, y'all ain't in a position to bring somebody here for the money or whatever. You ain't never broke bread here.
Can I say this, James? Do you know that Tupac used to holler in his songs on, I think on the Outlaws, not the Outlaws, the Thug Life album, M.O.B., prior to even hanging out with Suge, Trevon, even knowing who the fuck a Buntry is?
Hold on, Reggie, that's not true. That's not true.
It wasn't.
He talks about Mo B, which is a producer.
That's what he was saying, MOB, right?
Yeah, he never said
But that's what I
yeah,
want
he
to
never
say.
said
That's my
MOB.
point. That's what I'm about to say, James. That's what I was saying. Getting to. Did you know that he never was saying he was saying mob before he met those guys? Is what I'm trying to say.
I never heard.
Okay.
That's why I'm going with it. Okay. All right. So I'll start over. I'll be like, James, did you know? And I know what this is for. Uh, that he was hollering it for Moby, a guy that was in the group Thug Life with him. But he was hollering that before getting associated with Trevon and Buntry and Suge and all of
Reg,
them.
none of that mattered to me. When he
And I'm just addressing what you said.
Right.
And the tattoo, he have always said money over bitches or money over business is what that's could also stand for. I know he was cool with the mob and Hugwell. I'm just saying that's what I believe. I believe personally
well, see,
why he was
y'all
yelling.
go sugarcoating shit.
Okay.
Tupac,
And hold on, John, because I know you know this better. Am I quoting things right, or could you say it better? Because I know you know this stuff better.
I don't. I mean, he used to say mobbin and stuff like that in some of the Thug Life songs. He would say Moby for a producer named Easy Moby, but honestly, I never heard him say MOB on a record before Death Row. Just to be honest, and I could be wrong about that, but from my recollection.
Okay, well then I stand corrected. If
yeah, well, like I said, I never had an issue with Tupac. I never focused on a Tupac until he came to Death Row. When he came to Death Row and he started hanging with Neckbone and Bunch and them, and then Trayvon them come back with he from the hood. Who from the hood? No, he's not from the hood. Okay. And that was my issue. My issues was with the homies. Never Tupac. Never addressed Tupac. Never said nothing. And it pisses me off when people think I'm hating on them because he didn't mention my name. I'm a motherfucking gangbanger. I'm not no goddamn groupie.
Yeah.
I ain't no groupie. And the only time I came around those cats is when I was asked or when I was needed to. That's the only
extra
time.
Support.
Yeah, that's the only time.
Yeah,
never had an issue with none of them. And I don't blame, I never blamed Tupac for what the incident at the MGM. All I said is the homies dropped the ball.
Yeah.
It's too many of us. This is a Compton thing. He's not from the hood. He didn't know Orlando. He should have been in the situation. Him and Suge should have bounced. Okay. The situation would have been totally different. We already in the mix with this neighborhood and that neighborhood over the shit. Yeah. If the homies would have took him out the equation and did some gangbanging shit at the time, then the situation would have been totally different. That's all I ever said.
And I asked you the second part. Do you remember what that second part was?
No.
Me either. John, what was the second part I asked him? The tattoo.
Well, they said he had a tattoo.
He did.
He had a mob. Yeah, he had a
did.
mob tattoo. I don't know if he got that tattoo with.
He did. I was with him at the tattoo shop when he got it.
He representing.
Yeah.
But he representing through Bunch and them. Okay. He not representing the hood. He representing through Bunch and them. Because he didn't break bread with the hood. He ain't, see, gangbangers, gang members are associates. All three different entities.
Yeah.
He wasn't on that level.
Yeah.
He wasn't getting down like that. You know what I'm saying?
Like at one point I considered myself associated because I grew up in that area. Yeah. Not a gang member or anything like that.
You could have been.
But I wasn't and never claimed to be. But I could have had some association because I remember taking a picture. I remember we was at a place and you had all the mob dudes in there.
You had association.
And you was like, Judy, you come on in there too. They call me Judy, you know, little red Judy. You come in there too. You from the mob? I was like, boy, but I took the picture. And there was a whole bunch of people.
Even with you, it was different. Just like William and Tony and everybody else. Yeah. You know, your cousins. You know, it was just different. Everybody had their own way and their own feel being in the hood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's all that is. But yeah, you would have been from the hood if Reg would have just, you know, wouldn't have been in the picture. If your daddy wasn't there,
And for y'all don't know, y'all know only way you become a gang member from a certain place. You know why? Because that's where your mama or daddy paid rent at, and that's what it usually.
right.
That's all where that comes down from.
Right.
From why you pick red or why you pick blue or whatever.
No, that's not true because
For the most part.
most cats didn't live in they
For the most part.
they hood and came from a blood neighborhood and was a crib coming from
When they started game banging, I think they had one time, or had a cousin or a big brother,
and
or
went and switched and went
and
that
did
way.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it just varies, man.
Yeah.
That's all. You know, I watched a video about, I think it was, what's his name, RBX, RBX.
Yeah.
We
Let John lead into that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, RBX did an interview, James, and he had, he was from Snoop's side, from the blue side, but he had mentioned that, Tupac got jumped into the mob, and the interviewer even reiterated and said, I never heard that he got jumped in, and RBX was like, yeah, he got jumped into the mob. Can you explain your opinion on whether he did or didn't, and then can you give some kind of history about who can and who cannot jump somebody into a gang like that?
Well, in our neighborhood, we didn't do that. We didn't do the gang retaliation, 5 homies beating up one. Now, it has happened with the little homies, bringing in a cat to be a part of the little homies, they crew. They have done it. But we didn't start off beating up people to be a part of the hood. So he a good brother. He a cool brother. I met him before, but no, Tupac ain't never been jumped in the hood. Tupac was accepted by Buntree and Trey now. And that was all death row, which is fine. Handle y'all business, do y'all thing. I ain't gonna take nothing away from that. But farthest getting tattoos and all that other shit, it wasn't supposed to happen. It wasn't supposed to happen like that. So the brother, whoever told him, was wrong. He'd never been jumped in the hood. He never came to the hood and got in the middle of nothing to be a part of our situation. Never happened.
And would you considering, like, some people like say, well, he bought his way in the hood because he was making money off of it.
I ain't gonna even say, you can't even say he bought his way in the hood because he didn't come through the hood like that.
Exactly.
When he came with Suge. He didn't come to the hood like, man, yeah, I want to be whoop de whoop whoop whoop. He didn't come to the hood and say, y'all gotta, man, how do I be down?
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Do you consider Suge a mob member?
More than a Tupac, yes. See,
Less than a who?
Suge was guilty by association. And the only reason why I say he was guilty by association is because he lived there. Suge never hung in the hood banging. Suge ain't never hung in the hood with a pistol.
Exactly.
And got in the car and said, come on, let's go get these niggas.
I agree.
He ain't never got down like that.
Yeah.
Now, the closest Suge came to with the business shit is Ronald and Donald. That's where he learned fuck it from. Them twins, his cousins.
Yeah.
So Suge he didn't play.
What did they claim? Did they claim the hood or loot?
No, I didn't. You know what? They was always about their money.
About their money.
They was always about their money. They wasn't on that gang banging tip.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But and that was the closest.
Now I have recently heard Ronald use the B word or something like that a few times, and most of his soldiers are from Santana, to be honest. But I have heard him use those words.
They're businessmen.
Yeah.
They're businessmen and been for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Way back then. So whatever they get down there is that's they get down.
I got you. Yeah.
I've only known them for you touch one, you touch us both. You touch Suge, we touch you.
Exactly.
They with the business.
They were. Yeah.
So other than that, if you say Suge, you say Ronald Donald.
Yeah.
That just solidifies the whole thing.
I agree.
But Suge was never the hood dude. Suge never walked the block 10 of us walking through the hood, so-called ourselves patrolling. Cars come by, motherfuckers getting shot at or whatever. Okay. No, Suge is from the hood because he lived here. He grew up there.
Okay.
But we can't give him that gangbanging title. we can't say he started off a power rule. We can't say that he earned
Yeah.
that position.
Yeah. So it's good to know that, and I never knew that. This first I heard that the mob didn't have that jump in
No,
mentality.
we didn't do that.
I don't know if too many gangs did ever have it, to be honest. I always just heard it, never really saw it other than in colors, and that's when the Mexicans did it.
No, we
You
was
know,
just so different
but,
from
yeah.
from everything else, I believe. And like I said, I never looked at myself as a leader or one of the shot callers in the hood. We didn't have that. We didn't believe in none of that because everybody did their own thing in their own way. You
Yeah,
know,
I agree.
like my brothers. Me and my brothers, we grew up tight. But then when we got to that point, like really on some gang shit, let's say from 1980, Bunchy went his way and started doing his shit. Mob James went and took his shit and elevated to the left and just said, fuck it.
Yeah.
Alton had a certain way of doing him. Timmy had a certain way with his little crew doing Timmy Rule.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Mob James just started drinking and just said, fuck it.
So what?
Started drinking and said, fuck it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm
See,
saying?
I remember what he said a couple episodes ago.
See,
right?
it's a difference between drinking. I ain't no pass out drunk, falling out and this and that. I would drink and get angry. I would get mad at my surroundings.
And that's all I said in the roll call.
Yeah, you say James get drunk in this whoop.
All right, John, you better take over.
Yeah.
Before I bring out that
Let me ask you this,
MOB.
James. One last thing on the Tupac thing. I know how you feel about Tupac claiming it, but do you feel, because people always argue back and forth about this, do you feel like Tupac felt that he was from the mob?
I truly believe that Tupac felt when he was hanging with Buncher and Neckbone them and doing the shit that was going on and balling up his fists and doing what the homies did, that he felt he was a part of that. And he really felt like from and I never mentioned what Buncher said. When Buncher say Tupac was with it how? Oh motherfucker, he was with it. Nigga, we whooped the whoop, we whooped the whoop. You know what I'm saying? On if you could read between the lines. So yeah, he felt like he was a part of them. Yeah, he did.
And his actions in the MGM, in my opinion, prove he felt that way. That's my opinion. Hey, John, and because I know you're a historian and you're good with pictures and stuff like that, and I challenge any of you YouTube guys to our subscribers to send to me. If you ever seen a picture out there with a MOB ring on that Tupac was wearing, do you know if it's one?
He had an MOB ring.
He did.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
He wore an MOB ring.
there it is.
Yeah.
I knew the answer to that question, but there it is.
I seen him in one.
Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't big as Suge's. None of our rings was bigger than Suge's. But
Y'all didn't make as much money as Suge did. None of y'all did. Suge got money coming from Tupac, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, hit the publishing and all of that. Y'all wasn't
where does
supposed to
Suge
be.
Control come from? And this ain't talking about Suge. Suge Control and Suge
But you always
situation.
we have a hierarchy here.
No, it ain't a hierarchy. If you come into
I'm talking about with the money thing. I'm talking about the money
well,
thing.
oh yeah, the money is totally his. But I'm saying being fair with the niggas that you fucking with. Because those cats putting their life on the line. Half of the shit that most mob niggas did, you're putting your life on the line and could have sent them back to the
Or
penitentiary.
penitentiary, yeah. Taking penitentiary.
Exactly.
Taking penitentiary chances.
Ask Suge. I told Suge, you don't have to be a part of this.
We'll take those
That's
chances.
what we here for.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a part of this. And that's the only thing I know he regret. I should have kicked back and let him handle their business. But him himself had to prove that he was with it too, with those goddamn gorillas.
Yeah.
He couldn't step back and go bam because he didn't want now one of those to say, oh, nigga,
Yeah.
you just stayed back. Woo, 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 woo.
I got what you're saying. In
Okay.
fairness to Sugar, you know I went to school with him from elementary, junior high, and high school. Nigga always was a bully. Always was one. Because of, like you said, the cousins, Ronald and Donald. But let's not just say because he had the the squad with him, because I always say nigga had a squad. A lot of his downfall in the 2000s was because he lost that squad. But the squad that you and Biggie and whoever else want to take credit for bringing around,
Lil
but I give
Brian,
mainly to you,
Kevin Woods,
K-Dub, and all of them, the squad that y'all brought to him in 90 or 89, all the way until 2001, 2002, nigga had a squad.
and it was me. I think my Bob came, Baby Biggie, Lil Brian, Kevin Woods, Showboat,
Kenny.
yeah, rest in peace. Doo-Wop. Certain individuals off and on was.
I mean, we can't slight G and
Well, see, George and them
D.
came after.
Yeah, oh, you talking
Like,
about the beginning. You talking
George
about the
came
beginning.
after Buntry.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
Buntry didn't even know shit.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't know that.
Okay,
Buntry,
you was talking about 91.
Yeah, at the
90
beginning.
I got you.
From 88.
Got you. Oh, it started
From
that far.
88.
Okay.
Yeah, we started in 88.
Okay.
Suge had Fernhill Records.
Yeah, okay.
And me and the little homies started dealing with it. Me and Showboat was the first ones to start going to New York and all that shit with him.
Okay.
North Carolina. And when we came from North Carolina on the plane, it was thunder and lightning. And I said, I'll never fly again. Nigga, fuck you, go wherever you go. I ain't going.
I'll stay in LA.
I'm staying on the ground.
Yeah.
But when it started there, it started with the homies, the little homies that was with it. And Kevin Woods brought a different flavor with Suge, because he was more
Flashy.
yeah, flashy and calm.
Still flashy, K-Dub.
No, K-Dub with the business. I don't care.
I know he with the
nobody
business. No, I never take that from K-Dub. But he's flashy, boy.
But that's always been him. He always been a little nigga with money, making money.
He always independent.
Just like the Boomers and the Little Pools and everybody else. See, they don't mention the little riders, the riders in the hood, the youngsters, the little homies.
And later in this episode, we're gonna do a roll call.
Okay, so then Hen Dog and all of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
I forgot about
him. I mean, it's a whole lot to tell.
We mentioned their favorite one, Heron. Yeah. We can go with names.
I mean, Heron JP. JP was taking the police cars with the homies in them. You know what I'm saying?
That's his brother.
Everybody contribute to something.
Yeah.
So, it's hard to just name 5 when you got 25.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? But I can name all the weenies.
Yeah. We're going to get to that.
Okay.
We're going to let you do that. Yeah. Okay.
James, let me ask you about something you mentioned in a previous segment. You mentioned Buster Week. And when you mentioned that, you may or may not know that, but the first thing that comes to mind is there's a movie called Dazed and Confused where when the seniors graduate, they go and they paddle the shit out of the freshmen that are coming in. Can you explain a little bit more about Buster Week and what it entailed and what was the logic and thought behind it? Let
me before you go to that, also explain if Buster Week, what you would consider what the youngsters nowadays call DPN. Just tell the difference, if there is any difference.
Okay, what you just described in the movie is totally different from Buster Week.
That's some white boy shit.
Well, it's called initiation.
Okay.
We're not initiating you.
Yeah.
We're checking you for the lack of service that you're doing in the hood.
Okay.
We're checking Buster Week pretty much. I ain't gonna name their names, but me and 4 other homies decided these motherfuckers only over here selling dope. I don't mean to cuss on y'all, what you call them. They only selling dope. They ain't contributing to the hood. They ain't doing woo to woo. So we decided once every other week, we're gonna go and approach certain individuals. Now we all had to take a turn on chastising that one individual. It wasn't a rat pack. It wasn't a bam. It was a head up squad. We just took off on them. So we had names that we said, okay, we're going to get this person. All right, I got him. No, let me get him because I really don't like him. This how we interact.
Yeah, that's how y'all talk. Okay.
And we see that person on the block, let me holler at you. Nigga, you don't woo 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 woo. Get on. And if it was anything other than that, it was they got took off on. And we went, I ain't gonna mention his name. We got some of the older homies, a couple, so if you was a buster, you was finna get touched. If you wasn't ready and doing hood shit, you was finna get beat up on. So DP is it's basically the same thing. Okay. But our thing was you ain't doing hood shit. You ain't from the hood. You live here. Or you got ran up out the school, or you went to jail and you took your red shoestrings off. That'll fall up under DPN because you disrespected the hood. You know what I'm saying? We beat up motherfuckers because the lack of not doing what you're supposed to do for the hood.
Okay.
And when you did that, did any of them start to do more stuff for the neighborhood, or did they mostly just kind of move away or disappear?
Well, me and one of the...
They got shot in the leg.
Whatever. No, we kept it straight 100, and we kept it straight hood and respect. That's why nobody never got rat packed. We just all didn't take off on one motherfucker and beat the shit out of them. Everybody had a chance to, stand up at that point and be a man about that shit. There was no retaliation, because if it would have been, then we had to step the game up. And I think most people knew Gunplay, Mob James didn't have a problem with it. And 3 other cats that was with us didn't have a problem with it. So instead of dealing with that other half of the issue, it was, okay,
let's take his ass over.
And now they hanging in the hood. Now they interacting with the homies. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Instead of not just...
Because it was all good afterwards.
Yeah. So some of it was done out of respect. Some of it was just... If I was drunk, it probably went left or went the other way. Ripping the nigga pockets and
admit it.
Just being disrespectful. And that was one of my get downs. If I did a certain individual or touched a certain individual, I had to be disrespectful. That's all I knew.
Yeah.
I knew how to be disrespectful. Now I had some big homies check me. You know what I'm saying? That I feel like, you the wrong one, don't play with me. It's like, nigga, you really don't want to do that. And I had to think like, all right. And we turned around, walked away, and just straight 100. You know what I'm saying? But I never hold the title of being a bully because, and everybody got to understand this. If you got 50 cats in the hood with red rags on, if I call one of those cats a bitch and he allowed me to call him a bitch, he don't supposed to be in that circle. He don't supposed to be there. So that don't make me a bully for pointing out or proving to anybody or the other 48 that he's a bitch. He shouldn't be there. So never a bully. There ain't no such thing of being a bully in the hood. Mm. You only a bully because they allowed you to be.
That's the point.
Okay. Let me ask you this, James. Obviously, we're not going to get into specifics about what all stuff you used to do when you were deep into that. Obviously, your life has changed now and you're not in that same headspace. But now that your life has changed, and you did mention that you did used to drink to forget certain things, do you feel any sort of remorse or any sort of incidents that you think about and say, damn, you know what, I wish I could go back and undo that one, or I shouldn't have done this or that? Like, what is life like from a remorse standpoint to somebody like yourself that was so ingrained in that culture and now you're outside of it? Now you're not living that same way.
John, I still right now today, I sit back and, let's say, reminisce about half of the majority of the shit that I used to do that I regret. Um, some people didn't deserve some of the things that we did or I've done to them. Um, some people that I pulled a pistol on and did certain things to, I don't think, man, none of us deserve it, but I didn't regret it because I've been shot 4 times. So I never really tripped up until now that a lot of shit that I did was bullshit. And that's why I talk the way I talk and I say that, we just all living a lie with the gangbanging shit, and if I know what I know now, I'd have found some other way to channel my energy, my anger. So, yeah, I have a lot of remorse about 90% of the shit I've done in my life. Yeah.
Let me ask you this, because Reggie admitted that the officers from Las Vegas came to his house to ask about Keefe D. Did anybody try to reach out to you after the interview that we did where you had talked about that you did see him outside Club 662?
The Metro Police came to my house, and they came to my house asking questions about Keefe D. Lord knows I ain't finna say shit. They already calling me a weenie rap. So, I wouldn't finna say shit and that nigga go to jail. They would have been, Miles James. No, well, they talked about Death Row and where I stood with Death Row. Any other thing further than that, I couldn't. I'm not him. So, no, they even asked me for one of my Death Row t-shirts. I couldn't give it to them. Because where the fuck y'all get that from? Nah.
Man,
I couldn't do that.
You never told me that.
Yeah.
What did they say when you talked to them, Reggie? Did they ask along the same sort of questions?
Yeah, pretty much. It was something that I said on one of the interviews on Vlad, and they wanted to know how did I know that. Right now, to this day, I honestly forget what it was that I had said that they wanted to know where I got that information from. And they just basically wanted to introduce themselves to me and tell them that they were stepping up the investigation. And matter of fact, John, I won't show you the picture so motherfuckers will be saying we be lying and I'm lying and James lying too. This them walking into my house. I got cameras around my house, y'all.
Well, they said that they didn't come? They said
Other people
Well,
said
they
that.
basically said they was doing an investigation over the whole goddamn thing. What is it to investigate? Y'all talk to that man. I didn't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Well, you said yada yada in the interview that you saw the Cadillac, woo 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 woo. I say what I saw. I said that in the interview. I can't say no more than that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, that was damn near a year ago.
It's been a while.
Yeah,
It's
so
been a while.
if them motherfuckers was gonna do something, they'd have been dead.
Oh no, I disagree.
Why? I
still,
don't think they gonna. Man,
I still got a little cop in me.
Oh.
I still know how to talk to the police and ask a question like, "Hey, nigga, what y'all doing?"
Man, you know what, Reggie?
What y'all doing? Y'all got me looking like a fool out here.
Off the record, man, a lot of people be telling me, and I hear people when they be talking, police ass motherfucker police. Reggie ain't never denied being a goddamn cop.
Breaking news.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't
breaking
never
motherfucking
denied
news.
being a cop. But once, and I was one of the motherfuckers that told Suge, why the fuck is Reggie here?
Yeah.
As a police, why is he with Death Row?
Because y'all about to rob his ass.
Well, that ain't got, no, I wouldn't. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna put myself in that.
That's why I always laugh when niggas be like,
but we know why you came.
I know. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, with the homie situation and then Reggie being the police, I've been knowing Reggie, family, and him since he was the top little nigga. You know what I'm saying? I've been there for his grandmama and granddaddy. So, but what are he here for? Why here? Mad as a motherfucker. See, the homies don't, they give credit to other people. They ain't got to give Miles James credit, but I was mad at a lot of things
that happened.
that I didn't see right. You know, and y'all last what's called somebody asked did Miles James and Buntry fight.
Oh,
We
yeah, I saw
fought
that.
all the time. I disagreed with Buntry on a whole bunch of shit that was happening or happened around me. You know what I'm saying? Buntry, this ain't us. This ain't us. We do shit a certain different kind of way. We you know, me and Buntry fought a lot, man. And most of me and Buntry fights were how disrespectful I could be. Or
Oh, trust me, I done walked in on conversations where Sugar assistant at the time, Roy, he just had it on mute. He just had the motherfucker on mute and on speaker, just sitting there. But James up there cussing him out. Tell that motherfucker I'm gonna come up there and he better have a check for me. And I'm like, who the fuck is that? Oh, that's James. He calls up here about every once or twice a month. That's how he get his checks.
see, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear them death row stories.
Oh boy,
I got some death row stories for the end. One time I was gonna come up there, I just was gonna shoot everybody. I said, I'm going up here, JP, I ain't even cut JP name out. I'm going up here and I'm just gonna shoot everybody and we just gonna leave. We just gonna walk out that motherfucker. I used to be mad. And on my way up there, I be drinking. I ain't gonna lie. Me and alcohol, that was my best friend. Until the next morning when I woke up with the same problem. Yeah. And I had to realize, but then, you know, after 2002, I had to wake up. I had to grow up. I had to understand that, you know, I'm getting older and this is not for me no more.
When he talking about 2002, y'all, he talking about his
I don't
brother.
want to say that.
But I just want, so they won't start that other bullshit.
Yeah, 2002.
Yeah.
After him, I felt there was no need for me to be a gang member or representing the mob or representing being a power group. It's gonna always be in me. I'm gonna always believe that. And I know that when I was a contributor to the cause. And I did that. But, you know, we all got to grow up. We all got to see it's a different way. I didn't like that feeling. It was good for me dishing it out and all that other shit, but to see the pain and all this other shit,
moms and
what I caused,
kids,
and how my moms felt about me, that shit hurted.
Yeah.
So I had to break it down. I had to get on my knees. I had to say, I don't want to associate with nothing of the sort. And that was the only change. But, you know, I mean, I believe in life now. So that's all it is.
Oh, God damn it. While we on this Reggie the Police breaking news information. Breaking news, y'all. From 1985 to 2006, no, 1996, Reggie Wright was a police officer for the city of Compton. A lot of y'all act like y'all didn't know that. I came across this fool, and y'all keep asking me daily. John, what's the name of that guy? I'll let you lead into it because you know who he is. Because I can't even remember.
Yes. So you had spoken on an interview that Mark Curry did on Gully TV, where he had tried to insinuate that the Big Jake situation was over publishing, which is ironic because the guy put out a book years ago, and in the book he said it was over a female. But the person who owns that channel, after you said that, didn't like the way you said his name or something along those lines, and he made a whole live stream about you. Did you see it, and do you have any reaction to it?
Yeah, unfortunately I had to see it. And I had to see it, and I watched it. I watched the whole interview. And all I heard in the reaction was, he's the police. He's the police. He's the police. And I was like, damn. Well, this dude just telling me that me being the police. Everybody know I was a cop. I never denied that. And then a lot of people come over in our channel in the comment sections, which I think is him and his little, crew. When you gonna address Gully TV? You scared of Gully TV? How in the hell I'm scared of anybody on this mother effing YouTube? I'm not scared of anybody, y'all. I'm not saying I'm the toughest nigga in the world because I'm by far as that. I'm a cripple. So I ain't that tough a nigga. But I can use this phone.
Stop talking shit.
That's me. That's gonna always be me.
God damn.
I don't do that all my life. But, okay, I was the police. Y'all know it. Y'all get it. Got it.
Period.
Yeah. But, so I go and listen to the interview again. And I'm just going, John, you know, we done talked about this because I didn't want to address it. You told me stop addressing people. And you know, I just can't help myself.
Mm-hmm.
But could you just play some clips right quick? Because I want to prove a point to you guys.
What point
Okay.
you gonna prove?
Okay. James, you just heard that. You just heard that. Man, this dude, and I'll let James react to it after I give my spiel. And he can tell because he's more the gang guy or gang expert than I am but that sounds like he's telling the whole episode on that show. Just listen to that. He talked about Suge getting shot by Akon or for Akon brother Boo and now I told y'all about that before. But y'all act like y'all ain't never heard that. But the dude is bragging about being a Manville Crip and how they did that. And I told y'all about the T-Money guy and the Manville Crips shooting Suge at the Chris Brown party. They over there confirming everything. He's talking about Von Zip and him selling drugs and taking drugs to Von Zip, selling and you know, being the man in New York and doing all these drug actions and stuff. Von Zip still got mothers and families and people out there. They don't want to hear that. But I'm the police. No, nigga, you and your channel is the one that's putting out police information stuff. All of that stuff you was talking about on just those little 3 clips, a little 2-minute clips that I broke down. Gully TV is the one out there promoting that police shit, that snitching shit. Whenever Reggie talk about stuff, it'd be like, I heard, with possibility, this is what rumored. You got a nigga on your channel, no disrespect to Mark Curry, don't know much about him, just know he done told a few lies and he's, because he mad at Puffy now he's changing his tune. But just because I bring out the part that he didn't say that, then he always said, and I don't ask James about this because I know he done heard these rumors too. But I'll let you respond, James, in a second. You heard the rumors. You know the heat that Suge caught behind Big Jake situation. I'll let you bring it up. I'm not even going to coach you into it. Come on, dawg. Yeah, I was the police, but nigga, you listen to the stuff that you said in that interview. Use the motherfucking snitch, not the police, a snitch. James, you heard the same thing I heard. Just from hearing what you heard, because I know you ain't listened to the interview. You probably ain't never, both of those niggas come and slap you in your face right now, you wouldn't know who they were.
No, I wouldn't. And like I said, I stay away from certain shit. I stay away from, you know, the he say, she say shit. I stay away from cats that get on social media and then get to telling shit, whether their story is accurate or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're telling their stories and saying whatever. So get mad? No, I'm not gonna get mad. Reg already know that he worked in law enforcement. So anybody that get on the platform and say you a police, yes, I was. Period. Now motherfucker that worked at that road can deny that and say he wasn't. Nobody that
Or didn't know that.
Wait a minute, that was back then that era, can't say they didn't know that we had more than one police officer in that motherfucker. We had police officers hanging out and robbing banks and shit.
No, you didn't.
But
Don't
anyway,
say no shit like that. I ain't never been done no motherfucker before in my life.
But anyway,
Yeah. Start
shit
that
was
bullshit.
so, listen, shit
I didn't know those.
People I'm just playing. I'm playing. Some people just have to understand what they hearing and gotta decipher what's true or not. But you'll never know what's the truth. We know. We know. Like I said earlier, when Reggie came to Death Row, I did not like that. Some others didn't like it, but they accepted it because Suge, this is what he wanted. It made him feel better and everybody else. But once everybody warmed up to Reggie Wright Jr., everybody called him Reggie Wright Jr. Everybody called him his goddamn name. Everybody is Reg. When you got my ticket, Reg, come over here. I need you over here, Reg. So it's pretty much all the homies start depending on him. Even myself. Reg, make sure I get my check, man. Tell that nigga Sugar I need some money. So it's only outside people that have a problem with that type of shit. So even with this dude, you know what I'm saying?
Well, let's talk about what was dressed on that you just
Big
heard.
J. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Big J. When that situation happened, everybody in the fucking hood, even Jake Hood, our hood, and everybody was grilling Suge about what the fuck happened. Everybody was hearing different shit about what happened. And people, I don't even know, was making phone calls and saying shit happened. So we really didn't know. We going off of what Suge said, but then it's fuck that. Me out of all of them, we had a meeting. The homies got together and we talked about that type of shit. Okay. What the fuck's up with Big J? Everybody didn't hear Mob James because Mob James, everybody felt.
Let me ask you this, cut you off right there because this is important for y'all to hear. Did y'all ever hear that Suge slapped the shit out of Puffy Combs?
Never. Not that day. No.
When did you hear?
It wasn't never.
Oh, I'm about to say.
If it would have been said, it would have been said.
That's what, exactly.
That same day.
That's all I'm saying. It ain't mad at me
because this is why Jake was shot.
Yeah.
It didn't. That ain't.
Or Suge did that after Jake got shot.
Hell no, he couldn't have did it after Jake got shot. He was dodging motherfucking bullets. So, but we know. We know. We everybody got a good idea. But I'm gonna tell you, just like everybody in the motherfucking hood, and this some real shit. Everybody and the majority of all those cats that knew the real when the homie got killed is a lot of motherfuckers kept getting them bonuses and all that other shit, and it went through one end out the other, and that I'm gonna leave that at that.
I hired his brother at the studio doing stuff right after that happened, and so anyway.
Rest in peace, Big J.
Yes, a true one. True one.
100.
And he wasn't just home from penitentiary either. Like the brother said in that interview, Suge taking him on a tour. Jake had been home at least, I know, I mean, this happened in September of 1995. I was around sometime in 1994, and he was already there.
No, he went home a year, 2 years.
Yeah, about a year or two, that's what I said.
When
this dude made it sound like he just came home. And that's why him and Suge was out there alone. And then him and Suge was just gonna be the only ones going to the club looking for Puffy on the East Coast or the South or wherever. Just those two alone.
That damn show wasn't a plan.
No, exactly.
That damn show wasn't.
Because he would have had 20 niggas with him.
Everybody would have been there.
Exactly.
And you know, I hear a lot of people talk about how they was punching on Suge and beat up the entourage. Y'all some bad motherfuckers if y'all went through all of those cats and none of them come to the hood and speak on it. Because if they did, I'd have been laughing. Y'all got your asses whooped.
Oh yeah, especially the ones that wasn't getting the check. The ones that wasn't getting the check, oh, they would have had a field day with that.
Clowning. So, but I mean, everybody got their own story and we all gotta pump it up. Or if we heard a story, by the time we get to Bomb First, it's watered down. It's told 20 times and it's watered down now. So we'll never get the truth out of certain individuals because some of us have to put too much or a little more than what it's supposed to be on it to make it sound good to your YouTubers.
Yeah. So that's all we're going to address. Not going to go back and forth with the clown. Nigga, you needed to stick to sports talk because you had a channel that was popping. We on our way up. You like Carcinio and all the other motherfuckers on your way down.
Why are you bringing them? See, that's
down.
See, I'm gonna cut. Hey, John, this. I'm gonna cut Reggie off because you know we used to do this on Gangsta Chronicles. See, the problem is, black men can't. We can't do shit together.
I told you what he needed to store.
Well, don't talk about the man.
That brother tapped at me. I don't even know he had. The nigga sitting somewhere in an apartment on the motherfucking East Coast, and he gonna tap at me.
He tapped at you because you're a police. You used to be a police. Tell that motherfucker you still got your badge, your pictures, your uniform, all that shit. So motherfucking what?
All right.
Shit is what it is. Okay? Everybody on this motherfucker can call me a police. Y'all know this. So what? But man, bring that motherfucker, man, I wish y'all show well, I wish y'all do good, yada yada.
Ain't Reggie Wright.
Well, I know, but Reggie Wright gonna have to change one day.
All right.
Motherfucker.
All right.
I be sitting
My sister tell me all the time, you were more mature when you was 20 and 30 than you are now that you're 50 and 55.
Hey, you don't give a fuck about who you talking about. God damn. Stop.
Snoop Dogg can't take a joke.
Snoop Dogg, Kev, all them cats. No, Snoop Dogg, I like Snoop. My last encounter with Snoop is when he was on trial.
All right.
And I was there every day.
We go cut.
But no, I like Snoop. You don't want me to say I like that nigga.
No, we can say that.
I like Snoop.
But we're going to let John go into the question. Then
go ahead. Let's roll.
And all of that.
Okay. Reggie, we had a segment during the last interview that you asked me to pull down involving Snoop and the dog situation. Can you tell me why you felt compelled to have that segment taken down off the channel?
Me?
That nigga right there. That nigga right there.
Some shit ain't to be told and some shit don't need to be out there for everybody. Reg, why you doing that? Put that shit down. Take that shit down. That ain't good.
That's why he really came over here today, y'all. That's really. I just said, nigga, I ain't talking about that on the phone. I ain't talking about that. Come holler at me in person. So you know these niggas still be on my phone probably. And James said, well, nigga, I'm coming over this weekend. Said, me and Lionel coming to fuck with you. So yeah, that and James, I mean, I'll be honest, he played a big part. And then I read something on IG that particular day, I swear, that day, where Snoop was nominated. I thought, and I know I'm wrong, and I know you Google motherfuckers gonna tear me up, I thought it was in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that he was getting nominated. John said, Reggie, where are you reading that from? What are you talking about? You're always sending me bad information. And I said, shit, it is. Nigga, just because you don't read the internet and be watching this YouTube stuff at work, stop always questioning me. John's like, Reggie, I put in Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There's nothing coming up. He's eligible, but he ain't getting nothing. I said, he is. Him and Sade and all of that. So John screenshot me. John, show him the screenshot you sent me.
Sure.
All right. And so I was like,
well, what if he was? You don't think he should?
We'll get to that.
Okay. You can
so
just
we get
say yes
sometimes
or no.
Because I already told them this, but I'll
okay,
say
I
you know, Snoop is my favorite artist. To see, to watch, and to perform.
You sure don't act like it.
Yes. And so I said that, yeah, I think he should have been in before a certain person that got in recently.
Okay.
And I said, the great, Nipsey. No, that was about something else. Who was it recently? Eminem. And John said, boy, do you know how many records Eminem has sold? I was like, yeah, but, you know, Snoop was in it longer and he, you know, it was different type of timing and, you know, the record sales were different and all that. So we all went back and forth on that. And so I just felt Snoop should be in, just like I feel Ice Cube should be in. Right. I feel Dr. Dre should be in.
Right.
I even feel E40 should be in.
Right.
And people like that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm West Coast affiliated, and so I'm just calling off West Coast names, but there's some people in the South, a few, not a lot, and there's some on the East Coast that's not in yet. People say, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about, Reggie. Dre and Ice Cube are in. No motherfucker, they in as the NWA. All right, so learn your facts." But and so that's why I said what I said about. And so I was glad when I heard that Snoop been eligible since 2019 and he was about to get in. But as John corrected me, John, you can tell him who it is, or you can post it, whichever one you want to do, and tell him what actually writers he's been nominated for. And so, but I had saw that, right? And so I said, John, man, I'm not going to be the reason that, because of this little message I'm sending to niggas, I'm not going to be the reason that, because I know how white folks will get.
Right.
He does stuff with Martha Stewart and all of them, and I'm not going to be the reason he lose all of that, just because of my little petty,
Thank you.
My little petty war.
And that would have been a big problem. You see what Michael Vick went through.
Exactly.
And, people got a fucked up perception of dog fighting.
Yeah.
This ain't no brand new shit. And the white people that's against it do the same goddamn shit. Cockfighting.
Well, that's a Mexican thing.
They all know. It ain't just Mexicans that
and
do
Asians.
cockfighting. It's black people and everybody else in that shit.
I worked in Compton. I ain't never been to a cockfight.
That's because you in Compton. Go to Texas.
Oh, you're right. Okay. All right.
Go to Texas.
Okay, you're right.
They doing it dog fighting. Yeah. Go to Texas. Go out of state. Go to Utah.
I was talking about the cockfight.
No, I'm just saying all of that.
I believe.
And
okay.
I
watched the Sons of Anarchy. I
know.
saw it.
So you have a lot of people that are strictly dog lovers and don't like cruelty to animals, but they got somebody in their face that put a dog out.
Yeah.
On the street and took off on that motherfucker.
And the time when it was done in the 90s.
Exactly.
We wasn't as educated already.
The 90s, the 80s.
Yeah.
The 80s is when it kicked off. When I got recognized to it and motherfuckers was fighting, I knew motherfuckers that was fighting dogs for a long time.
Yeah.
And it was good money.
Yeah.
You win some, you lose some though, but people just putting too much on it. And
I'll be honest, if I see somebody doing it in 2023, I have a problem with it. And I don't know if it's because of my age or just because how we've been educated. I do respect agencies like PETA and stuff like that. My wife, we got a little goddamn, she love that dog in there more than she loved me.
Right.
I see it. I see how she let that dog go shit in the backyard and then come in the house and lay right on top of her. I don't understand that, but it happens. You know what I'm saying? But my point is, so I get people that love dogs, and we've been educated more to respect animals.
Man, I tried with Lionel. I got Lionel a puppy, and trying to train this little dog to not shit in the house. And I took the dog outside for about 30 minutes. Wasn't shit. As soon as I opened the sliding door and let her in, she sat right there on my carpet and shit it. I threw her ass out, gave her a bowl of water, and left her ass out there. It was cold too. And she wouldn't leave the door. So Lionel say, Papa.
Dog abuser. They gonna get you. They gonna get Jay.
I ain't gonna let the dog shit all over my motherfucking house, and then I gotta keep cleaning it. So, it's just a different opinion.
I know John had more to ask, so I know we... Go ahead, John. You got more on that? Oh.
I know, like, you kind of alluded to it, Reggie. It's, white people love.
John, I'm telling them you are an avid dog lover. And John was so pissed. He was like, Reggie, I can't believe that. Why you never told me about this, Even though John had knew about it a little longer than what I said he knew, because there were some other things. But when John heard that whole audio and that whole thing, he was livid. And I told John even then, I said, John, the comments white folks gonna be pissed. They're gonna be mad.
So you took the whole name.
I said, I took it down. I said, but black people, John, we didn't know no better. We didn't know no better in the 90s.
No, ain't nobody tripping like that.
In the 90s.
Yeah.
In the 90s.
Now is more aware. After the Michael Vick situation,
Yeah.
more people are more cautious and aware to it. So, but people still continue to do it.
Yeah.
I mind my business. If that's what you like, fuck it. I don't care. I ain't really tripping with the animals and all that kind of shit.
John, tell them what you would do if you saw it happen.
I mean,
John
it
would
would depend on who I saw doing it.
John would kill somebody. That would make John go crazy.
I mean, I'll say this, with today's mentality and primarily in the white race, there are people that will feed their dog before they feed a family member.
But I was talking about the 90s, but I get what you're saying, but I don't want to slight the people that's PETA affiliated now that are black or Mexican, other way.
Well, you got white people that say save the sharks. But I bet you get your ass in that water and get your leg bit off by a shark. You still want to save the motherfucker. He done took your leg in your arm.
I'm going to try to kill that motherfucker.
Exactly. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, I mind my business and I stay in my circle. I don't do none of that dog fighting, none of that other shit. It ain't my cup of tea. But I say more power to people that, choose to do their own thing. I don't have a problem with it.
Summing all up, y'all. We pulled it down. James influenced the article, and we pulled it down because, like I said, I tapped at Snoop, but I really don't have no problems with Snoop, and don't want to see nothing bad happen to him.
Period.
Don't want to see nothing bad, professionally or physically.
Well,
and so
a lot of people would have started raising their eyebrows and start questioning the guy that they love. They love Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
And why would you be the one to cause the downfall of? Come on, that ain't Reg. Don't do that.
You're right.
I mean, we all of us is peanuts compared to a Snoop Dogg.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Rip it apart if you want to, but no, man. Somebody got to be up there. Somebody got to be a legend. I really didn't listen to the music and none of that shit, but the things that he have done, the things he have accomplished, like Ice Cube and all them other ones, Dre. Man, I applaud those cats. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. And somebody told me that before, saying, Reggie, you up there putting that out there, dog. There's people that he's feeding.
Y'all lucky I ain't no millionaire, because I got 6 motherfuckers on my line. I'd have paid. Man, I got 200,000. I'm paying higher than anybody else. Go get it. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all and nobody else. I'm telling you, I said it.
James said.
James, no, fuck it. James said that.
All right, John.
No, I don't wish no bad on nobody. I'm just playing, shooting shit.